And welcome to another episode of Goats and Rings. As usual, I'm your host, Walt Stringer, Senior Draft Analyst of the East West Football Network. And tonight I'm joined again by Know That for Know That Sports, Mr. Memorial Drive. How you doing, sir?
What it do, buddy, man? We still here.
Still here and rocking, still here and rocking.
Know that if you don't know nothing else.
So we just saw a pretty solid week, week 10 football, amount of football, week 10, shall I say. Tonight we will be discussing my first set of NFL power rankings of the season. I try to wait till midway point of the season typically before I give out my first power rankings to see exactly who's who, where's where, and how things are going, how things shaking up with most of these teams. We don't really know too much the first 2 to 5 weeks of the season. Also tonight we will be discussing the Cleveland Browns and their chances at the playoffs after they suffered a heartbreaking loss, embarrassing loss to the New England Patriots this past weekend. And also Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks and that saga and what's next for them. So know that this past Sunday, the Cleveland Browns had a lot riding on this past game. They had a lot riding on the season in general. We knew that they were going to Gillette to play the New England Patriots. We knew it was going to be a tough game for them. They didn't show up. They fell. They fell flat on their faces, 45-7. Baker Mayfield tried to gut things out. One thing you can never really have an odd outlook on is Baker's confidence and Baker's toughness. Baker toughed it out. He got roughed up a little bit. We saw some Case Keenum. He came in and spot up duty. What do you think is going on with the Browns right now?
Man, I really want to say the injuries done piled up on them. And the reason why I say that, because when you notice Cleveland, they look good when they got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt back there. When they got one of them, at least one of them, they look pretty good. When you take their running game away with the injuries, not saying nobody took it away with their defense, with the injuries, they're not able to play. Now you put a lot of little shit on Baker Mayfield, and you get what you got against New England, a 43-7. Because Baker Mayfield had to carry the team, and he ain't good enough to do that to me. He's a solid quarterback. He's supposed to be in the NFL, but he needs a lot of shit around him to make shit shake, and definitely a running game. And they running game, but it really been off and on this year because folk been getting hurt, coronavirus, and that shit done knocked them off. That's what I believe the problem is. They're the injuries.
Yeah.
That's what I believe the problem with them. That's what I believe the problem with them.
Yeah. Well, Chubb been, of course, out the lineup. Kareem Hunt been nicked up. Dearness Johnson, he had 19 carries for 99 yards. So they've proven he had 5.2 yards a carry. So the Browns have proven that behind that offensive line, almost anybody can get behind there and be successful. I think the Browns' problem is, you look at Baker. Baker was 11-21 for 73 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick before he got hurt. The problem is they still don't have any juice on the outside. They traded for Odell. That didn't work out. That experiment turned out to be terrible. They released him. He's gone now. But they still don't have the firepower. We discussed this after week 1 when they lost to Kansas City. That, when the Browns fall behind, when they can't just front run and run the ball and, play action, they struggle.
Baker Mayfield.
They struggle.
Mayfield.
Yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones has been solid. He only a second-year player, though. He's still slowly coming along. David Njoku is good.
83rd running back?
Dearness Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't even play.
Well, no, Dearness Johnson, he had 19 for 99 yards.
I said, when him and Nick Chubb, they both had a coronavirus or something, they was on protocol or something this week? Or Johnson played? Because they got a Rickett, they third string running back. I think his name is Johnson. He the Rickett.
Yeah, he played, though.
Oh, okay. I thought him and Chubb was out, and I thought they went to another running back.
Well, no, Dearness had all the carries except for one.
Oh, okay.
This past weekend. So, yeah, man, when Kansas City fall behind, it's like, where's the juice going to come from? Where's the points going to come from? They got a couple tight ends, and Njoku's good. Hooper's good. You said where?
You said Kansas City, you meant Cleveland.
Yeah, my bad, Cleveland. I brought that up for the example that, when Cleveland fell behind, when they got up on the Chiefs and the Chiefs started applying that pressure and they was coming back, Cleveland kind of standing there like, hey, whoa, what we going to do? Because they not really built. The way Cleveland plays football is because of the way they're built. You look at their offensive line, you look at the stable of running backs. They good defensively if they can get pressure on you. But it's been proven that
They
if you
beat
can
up
get up
on you.
on Cleveland, yeah, if you get up on Cleveland and then you look at that defense, them corners can be got. Newsom, he does what you can expect from a rookie corner. Good
He's
1 week, shaky the next. Good
he's
1 week, shaky the next. So
solid, but he got a long way to go. He's solid for right now. He
yeah,
got a way to go though.
yeah. So it's Cleveland.
I think them folks, the expectation they had this year for Cleveland, man, Cleveland they just went out bad with because of the expectation they had this year. I think the game they just lost to New England was the DDT. I think they did now. I think they're not gonna win they're not gonna win the division. Period. Now, and I don't think they're gonna make the playoff with this loss.
Well, yeah, considering the fact that they 5-5 right now, and they
Mm-hmm.
3-4 against the AFC, so that ain't looking too good. You got 4 AFC losses before
I mean,
December.
what they is in the division.
Last?
What they don't want? They don't want with 2 games in the division, with 1 and 3 or something like that. 2 and 3.
No, they won it. They 1-1. They 1-1 in the
Okay.
AFC North.
They beat Cincinnati and they beat Baltimore.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, I mean, they still. Well, listen, they still got a shot.
I think this week right here, Cleveland and Kansas City was in the same boat. And what I mean by that, if Kansas City would have lost to the Raiders, they'd have been dead. You know what I'm saying? And Cleveland the same way. I feel like Cleveland beat New England. They were back shaking it, especially coming out on the win against Then they just beat Cincinnati that week. So I'm thinking they're gonna be ready. But losing that game, they did.
Well, I mean, you know what? Consider the division just like the Chiefs. Quiet as kept. The Chargers struggling, the Raiders struggling.
Yes.
Kansas City could easily just crawl back to the top and win that division.
They is. These next 3 weeks gonna tell you that because they play the Dallas Cowboys, they play the Denver Broncos, and I think they play the Chargers. I'm expecting them to go 2-1 out there. I'm saying 2-1, 2-1 out of them 3 games. That's what I'm expecting. And so they should. These next 3 weeks they should take over the lead. They in the lead right now.
Yeah.
So all they got, they beat Denver and beat the Chargers. Shit, they can call their leg the division theirs.
True that. So let's shift over to a team that we don't have to worry about winning a division, probably, and that's the Seattle Seahawks. They got shut out this past weekend. Shutouts hurt, man. Shutouts hurt. Russell Wilson, of course, that we know, he's back. Not really sure how healthy Russell Willie is. Not sure if Russell came back too early, but Russell came back. Russ did not look like the old Russ. How much of it was based on that finger? How much of it was based on the fact that he haven't played in how many weeks? But Seattle didn't look good. They had a blow up. DK Metcalf got ejected. So what do you make of Russell Wilson in Seattle right now? Seattle's 3-6. Seattle's pretty much done playing in the AFC West. They ain't catching the Rams and they ain't catching the Cardinals. So
they finna turn to the spoilers. Seattle finna turn to the spoilers, and what I mean by that is certain teams Seattle gonna beat. They're gonna hurt their chances on making the playoffs or trying to be a high seed in the playoffs. Because like you just say, they done. They done. And Russell Wilson might be gone after this year. I won't be surprised if he is. So I think they just walking dead.
Glad you brought that up. Where do you think Russ can go?
I ain't really broke down and really thought about it, but I can see him. He'll probably look pretty good in New York.
Which one?
The Giants.
Jets or Giants?
Giants. I say the Giants. Reason why. Not trying to be funny. Reason why I ain't you can't say the Jets because they just drafted that boy Zach Wilson. They're gonna give him at least 1 more year.
Yeah.
And he hurt, so he got an excuse right now. He hurt. They got that much film on him. They'll give him a whole nother year. That boy Daniel Jones, boy, they can't wait to get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good chance Joe Judge is out anyway. So if Judge is out, a lot of people are gonna be out.
He might go to the Raiders too, though.
Yeah,
that's what the Carter. It was Carter talking about out there. He gonna resign. He ready to hit the market. But them two players I'm looking at for Russell Wilson. They say he like New Orleans too, though. But I say New York over the Raiders. I think New Orleans gonna try to stay down with Jameis Winston again.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame him.
Yep.
You know, Jameis showed some promise until he suffered that injury.
Mm-hmm. I feel the same way.
And considering the fact that there's no clear-cut number one guy, quarterback-wise in this draft, why wouldn't you go ahead and stick it out? Because, I mean, you know, Sean Payton ain't about hitting a reset. He ain't about hitting a reset. Sean Payton about winning on a year-to-year basis.
Yeah. He tries to stay. He gonna stay in contention most as he can. He ain't trying not to go out there. He ain't doing that.
So, you know, we look at Russell. If we look at Russell numbers from this past week, he was 20 of 40 for 161 and 2 picks. Now, I understand the weather was kind of rough there in Seattle also. You think he should have even came back?
Yeah. I think he should.
I mean, if he suffers anymore, that's the thing, man. Quarterbacks can become labeled as damaged goods real quick in the NFL, you know. So
I think with this game right here, I don't see him. I ain't see him get hit. He hit his hand or nothing like that. I think he was ready to play football. He was just rushed. He was rushed. The same way with your boy. The same way with Aaron Rodgers. We know Seattle defense ain't all that. That shit suspect. Man, them folk what they put up 13 points, 17 points or something. At one point, they were 3-0 going into the third. So Aaron Rodgers, he was off a whole week or whatever with the coronavirus. Yeah. So I believe it was rushed. I believe it was rushed when it came to Russell Wilson and him, both for them, really. It just got them Green Bay defense was better than Seattle defense when they boiled down to it. So I think it was just rushed. I think it was just really rushed. Now who Seattle playing that week?
They've got what is it, the 21st?
Arizona. They got Arizona. Yep. I think Kyler Murray gonna play. I'm saying because because it's a must. The same way they just brought Russell Wilson back like that. Kyler Murray they just lost that game, got blowed out. It's a must they bring him back. The question is Kyler Murray gonna be? Is he gonna be? If he gonna be off cue or whatever, he off cue, he be rested. Seattle can beat them. So Seattle can beat it because he can be off cue, he can be rested. So I'm saying, I think Russell Wilson ready to play football. He just ain't on a good team.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I don't really blame players, the elite players, the core players in seasons like this when they say, you know what, man, we just gonna shut it down. This is a lost season. But the thing is, when you the 200, 300, and in some cases, Patrick Mahomes' case, the $500 million man, a lot of pressure comes along with that. You feel that pressure to be there every single Sunday. You know, whether you 100% or you 40%.
If you're a competitor, you know you're gonna feel like that anyway. If you're a competitor.
Yeah. I just feel like if Seattle was in the race, I would feel differently. If Seattle
they want to rush him back.
Yeah.
If Geno, how many games Geno Smith won? One game out of 3 he was gone?
I don't think it was necessarily his fault. Seattle wasn't winning before Russ even left, though.
I said, but they reckon what it is, what it was. I think Geno Smith won 1 game out of 3 games, right? I think he beat Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And the other 2 games he lost, Pittsburgh and somebody else he lost.
Yeah.
Let's say Geno Smith would have went 2-1 in that span, or 3-1, or 3-0, whatever. Then you can afford to sit Russell Wilson down 1 game. You can sit him down another game. Because I think the record would have been you've been 6-3. Yeah, you've been 6-3.
Yeah.
So you can afford to sit him down. You could afford to sit him down. But goddamn, the way they Ray going, shit.
Yeah.
You can't afford to sit him down. I mean, you can't afford to. You fuck around losing up. Even though they lost to Green Bay, they feel like they had a better chance with Russell Wilson. Now, shit, they finna lose. They done lost 6 games. They gonna lose 2 more games.
Who, Seattle?
Yeah, they gonna lose at least 2 to 3 more games.
Yeah, at least.
So
that was gonna happen anyway, whether Russ was there or not. They was gonna lose at least 2 or 3 more games. But I just feel like, man, when it's a lost season, you dealing with, I guess it's a finger. If it was a neck situation like Peyton Manning had a few years back, whatever, may be different. But if a team ain't going nowhere, Now, I understand, God, like I said, the 500, 200, $100 million man under center, you always feel that pressure to be there. You feel that pressure from the organization, your coach, your teammates, the fan base, in that town that you in. I just don't want to see Russell mess up nothing else and just take no unnecessary punishment when he doesn't really have to because Seattle ain't going nowhere. But I mean, who knows, man? A lot can shape up. Just a week ago, I was saying the Chiefs was done.
Yeah.
So
That's just like let's say Seattle would have won the Green Bay game. We got a whole nother story going on. Now we talking about Seattle the same way we talking about the 49ers.
yeah, you talking about Seattle being 4-5?
Yes. So
Yeah.
you sitting in the thick of it. The people in front of you ain't won number 3 game. I mean, they lost number 3 game. They 2 games in front of you, and you play them at least one more time. So say you say it's a whole different ball. That's another reason why they brought his ass out that Green Bay game.
Yeah.
Now I believe this year. Now, let's say Jordan Love would have played that Green Bay game against Seattle. I don't think Russ Woods would have played that game. I believe they would have came out there with Geno Smith. They would let Geno Smith do that.
It's possible.
Yes,
it's possible.
Because I know they want to give Russ Woods some more time if they can. But when they boil down to it, they really can't. I don't think they look at that shit. But we win this game against Green Bay. We 3-5. I mean, we 4-5. We back in the thick of it. So we back trying to shake it. We ain't gave up yet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, Seattle got to really go for it. I guess you done brought them back. You done brought them back, so ain't no turning back. Yeah, ain't no turning back now.
Now, if you don't want to be walking dead, you got to beat Arizona.
And that's a divisional game, which could go either way.
Yeah,
I don't think it will because I just think Seattle's just not that good.
Arizona lost what, 2 games?
Arizona?
Yeah, they lost 2 games, right?
Yep, they lost to.
If you beat Arizona, now they lost 3 games. They 2 games in front of you. I don't think do they play them another? Or did the last time they play them, or they play them again or whatever? I don't remember.
But Seattle.
Yeah, they play them again after this one. Or did the last one?
You take a look at this, man.
Because if they can beat Arizona, they got a heartbeat.
They've got Arizona. They got football team. They got the 49ers, Texans, Rams, Bears, Lions, Cardinals.
So you know what I'm saying? How big the Arizona game is? You can win the Arizona game, shit. You bet you off dialysis then. You off dialysis if you win the Arizona game.
But that's the thing though. They got in these final games starting this week, they got Arizona twice. And the Rams sandwiched in the middle of all that.
So if you beat Arizona Sunday, Arizona had 3 losses. There'll be 2 games in front of you. And you play them again, you got that you owning the tiebreaker right now. Because you up on them 1 game. The Rams, you got to win that round game. I think you lost the last time you played the Rams. So you got to win that round game. You can say, do you say they play Houston?
Yep.
They just got, if they can win their division games out, they back in the thick of it. They back in the thick of it.
I think them. Well, I mean, they got some football team is kind of a shaky game too.
Who, Washington?
Yeah.
Man, them folks through.
Seattle through.
Don't let that Tampa Bay game fool you. Don't let that Tampa Bay game fool you with the Washington football team.
Man,
Cam Newton finna go down there and beat them.
I mean, I ain't say Washington was good. Just on any given Sunday, that front four could show up and give you problems though.
It used to be like that. 2 of them folk gone.
Yeah.
Young and Sweat gone.
Yeah.
But Russ Wilson finna eat them.
You hope so.
That's 2 weeks from now, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, long nobody don't step on his finger, he hit his finger on nobody's helmet, that motherfucker be already ready by then.
So don't nobody step on his hand, he good.
Yes. He gonna eat them. I think he'll eat them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. We got a lot of football left. That division kind of tough, but who knows? Can't always.
I called it a bit tougher division in football.
I didn't think it was gonna be with Seattle. I thought before the season, but
I picked Seattle to be last in the division. But
yeah,
got to be the toughest division in football. All don't gotta be competitive.
Yeah. I mean, we looking at a situation right now where Man, listen, being 7-3 right now ain't even no guarantee you make the playoffs.
Hell no. Hell
Yep.
no.
All
You
right,
want
man.
you straight, you dead.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the meat and potatoes of the show tonight. We're gonna take a look at my power rankings now. For
Yeah,
everyone
you
who
got you
can't
got
really
you got them scrambling around pretty crazy, but they're none of the right teams. You just got them scrambling around pretty crazy though.
he could call them crazy.
You got the right ones up there. They just scrambling around like some eggs.
Yeah, it's because man, listen, if you look at that, once you get past that top five, you look at everything else: New England, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Kansas City, the Rams. I dropped the Rams down to 10 for a couple reasons. I think when you look at the strength of schedule, first of all, I'm gonna say this: when I evaluate these teams before I put them in order for my power rankings, I always try to take a look at strength of schedule.
Yeah, that
Who
makes
did
sense.
you
I
play?
got to start doing that.
Strength of schedule. Who did you play? When did you play them? How did you beat them? Did you take care of business against the bad teams? Did you struggle against the good teams? And when you look at the Rams, man, the Rams really didn't beat anybody the first half of the season. They beat Tampa Bay. They beat Tampa Bay early in the season. That seemed like 2 years ago that they beat Tampa Bay. But they did manage to beat Tampa Bay. But, y'all got tossed off the bus by the Cardinals and the Titans and the 49ers. So now I'm looking at y'all like, okay, well, how good are the Rams really? And when I compare the Rams to Kansas City, I always thought Kansas City, even going back to the beginning of the season, I thought Kansas City was going to eventually raise to the top anyway. But I don't think the Rams are currently better than Kansas City right now. You got to look at Tampa Bay because I know a lot of people looking at it like, well, you know
I
what,
ain't gonna
man?
tell, I ain't gonna tell you that I do.
You think they still, well,
I,
right
I,
now?
this is the reason why I say I believe Kansas City. I mean, the Rams better than Kansas City. Because what you just call out the team that you said beat on the Rams. Call them out again.
Tennessee, Arizona, and San Francisco.
Tennessee, Arizona, San Francisco. All three of them teams got one thing in common. They run the football. Even though Arizona run the football with their quarterback, they run the football.
Yeah.
And if you run the football, you somebody like a physical team. You like to touch. You like to touch each other. You ain't even no finesse.
Yeah.
The Rams playing themselves when they play Kansas City. You playing finesse. You playing somebody who's gonna do the same thing you gonna do. So now I gotta break down who defense better, the Rams or the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City gonna play right in the Rams' hand by throwing the ball every play. So that means Von Miller and Aaron Donald get the pin and ear back and get at the quarterback like they want to do. So I think the Rams better than Kansas City if you compare them two. I like the Rams. I put the Rams in front of Kansas City. So
I don't know. I think,
you got them
man,
at 10. You got them at 10. I put Kansas City at 10. That's why I
yeah,
got Kansas City at 10. That's
yeah.
what
It's
at 10. Even though
I don't know.
they just scored 41 points against the Raiders, that don't make me think they all the way back. Like, oh, they ready. They back. They're the team we've been seeing.
Well, no, I don't think they all the way back. I just think that even though the Chiefs lost to some tough teams too early in the season, but they get it together now. It really I understand there ain't really no style points in the NFL for winning, but they beat the Giants ugly. Who else they beat ugly? I know they beat over the past 3 weeks. They beat the Giants. I can take a look.
They beat the Giants ugly. They beat
Green Bay, but yeah,
they beat Green Bay. But Jordan wasn't there. That was a gift.
it, they pulled it out.
They
That's
pulled it, but
all I can.
I said we gotta go. We gotta go by what we seen. Like we gotta go by the X's old out. Yeah, they did win. But straight up and down, and we look at this game and we know what's going on. That was a gift.
Man, you got to accept them gifts during the NFL season.
I ain't got no problem with that. You got to accept them. But if Aaron Rodgers play that game, they versus lose that game. So now, if they lose that game, they rate a game they just played when he really made no difference too much. Not much of it made different now. They didn't make a difference now. Like they number one in the division now.
Mm-hmm.
If Aaron Rodgers play, everybody you'll be tied with the Chargers, and the Chargers be in front of you because they beat you one time.
True.
So I think, like I said, when we said about Kansas City, I was talking about them earlier this week. Week 10 lined up damn good for them. Everybody in their division lost, and they beat the person in their division. That's how they got what they were. But I still think they better than everybody in their division. But I still think they the walking dead.
I just look at, man, the Rams' 3 losses, they got doubled up. That's the whole thing. The Rams got doubled up in all of them losses. They lost to Arizona 37-20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They lost to Tennessee 28-16, and then Frisco beat them 31-10. So it's like, y'all didn't even, like, y'all 3 losses all was ass kickings.
Yes.
They wasn't no close games.
Against teams, he like they lost against some folk that add them out. No folk that add them out. No folk punch them in the mouth.
Yeah.
Do Kansas City punch you in the mouth?
They can't, but I think what's really going on with Kansas City, why people, including myself, giving Kansas City the benefit of the doubt over the Rams, is the fact that we just figuring that the Chiefs gonna figure it out down the line. Now, I understand that they not looking good in these 3 games that they didn't win straight, but they figuring out how to win these games. Now, am I fooled by the fact they beat the Raiders that bad? No, because I kind of figured all season the Raiders would eventually come back to earth too.
Yeah, beat the Raiders.
Yeah.
Added the division of game. I think the Raiders. I think they beat the Raiders. I think Patrick Mahomes beat the Raiders. Beat Patrick Mahomes one time
last year.
Yeah. So it's he got their number. he got them folk fucked up. They ain't fucking with him. He got them folk fucked up. Just like the same way like the Rams had Arizona fucked up till they won this year.
Yeah, I mean, but you look at shit. Look at the rest of their schedule. Look at the Rams. They at Green Bay next week.
That's a big one.
They host Jacksonville after that.
That's a big game for the Rams. Then we Green Bay. Let me see this shit on my paper.
They got 2 big games.
Right here on my paper.
They got 2 big games coming up in the next 3 weeks. So they got to visit both of them on the road. They at Arizona December 13th.
That's a real big game.
Then look at this. But look, you looking at.
They don't play Green Bay. Oh, they get a bye. Hold on, they get a bye week this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a bye this week. They get a bye week this week. Their bye week gonna really help the Rams. I'm saying Odell Beckham should get a little feel of what's going on. He should look a little bit better. They coming out. They playing Green Bay well in Green Bay. They got to be playing them in Green Bay because they play in LA. This is a big game for them.
Considering the fact that after Green Bay, you got Arizona, Seattle, Minnesota, Baltimore, and then you got San Francisco again.
The next 2 games gonna tell you what's going on. The next 2 games gonna let you know if they got any possibility to getting the number 1 seed. The next 2 games gonna tell you that. Cause really, I can say that Green Bay game. Cause you fuck around and lose that Green Bay game, you won't catch Green Bay. Because Green Bay they gonna catch you. They're gonna be in front of you and you won't catch them. And then we get Arizona, they already run up on you. You fuck around and lose that one, you won't catch Green Bay or Arizona.
Not at all.
So now the number 1 seed definitely out your reach. And I know you don't want to go down to Green Bay and play no playoff game.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that most of those teams don't at all. So let's take a look at
you're right about that.
Number 9, because we already touched on my number 9 anyway. But so the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I say this because we would just to reiterate on what we were just saying. I try to factor in also what have you done lately, and when you look at what the Chiefs done lately, they've been taking care of business for what it is. You know, they beat the teams that they supposed to beat. Now, is they doing it the way we want them to do it? No, but they got a massive game against Dallas this weekend.
Yeah, they're gonna tell a whole lot about them too.
No, so I think you know when you look at it for what it is, the Chiefs are definitely trending up. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Listen, if the Rams come off this bye, and lose at Green Bay, they in some trouble too. They in some trouble too if they come off that bye.
They're the DDT. They'll say they come out that bye. They come out. They do the same thing Tom Brady did to Washington. You know, Tom Brady came out the bye and lost the game. They do that. I think the Rams gonna make the playoff. Like everybody, like these top 10 teams. I think all these teams gonna get in. No questions asked. But in the NFC, the season is goddamn. Them folk want that 1. bad. It's for they want that one bad because they know what they want to do for them.
Yeah.
Green Bay know what they want to do for them. Dad know that one. Dad know that want to get him 2 games. He ain't got to play 3. I'm saying that is know that one that got there and get you everything down there in Texas, and we ain't got to go nowhere. The Rams the same way. So if Arizona, on the Rams fuck around and lose Green Bay, man, that one over with. They can cancel that one. And I don't think they can go where they want to go without that one. I don't think they can go where they want to go without that one.
So we look at the Chiefs since that loss, day before Thanksgiving, day before Halloween, that 27-3 loss. That was their last loss at Tennessee. So since then, they 2017 over the Giants, 13-7 over the Packers, and 41-14 over the Raiders. And we're looking at
You said 27-13 over the Giants?
Yeah.
That's right. That sound about right. That sound about right.
Yeah.
All the things sound shaky in the Kansas City game. In the Green Bay game. They just tell me Green Bay defense played good ball.
Yeah. So now you're looking at, like I said, y'all bringing the Chiefs in, not Chiefs. They bringing y'all in this weekend.
Yeah, that's big.
Cowboys. Then after that, you're looking at Denver, Raiders again,
Yeah, then the
Chargers,
yeah,
Chargers, Steelers, Bengals, Denver again. So this ain't no cakewalk for Kansas City either, but they heading in the right direction. They winning. That's the whole thing. They winning games. They on a 3-game winning streak. The Rams have lost 3 games in totality, but the Rams have looked bad in their losses. That's why I'm iffy on the Rams because y'all got to show me something against some top flight talent. Like if they lose to Green Bay, like that's another team. Like if they get their ass handed to them by Green Bay, that's a red flag. That's a big red flag, at least in my book.
You turn into the Walking Dead. You virtually might be out in the first round. First round, you might be dead. But to say about Kansas City though, Kansas City put themselves in a position, and their division and helped them out too. And I ain't just saying it because I think the Cowboys gonna beat them. They can afford to lose that Cowboy game and still be shaking. Because your next 3 games, you playing your division, and Denver, I think Denver up under you. If you beat Denver, you kill them. So they won't catch you. You already got a game in front of the Raiders already in Vegas. So you're gonna be at your house. So you win that game there. Now you done killed them folk. You swept them, and then you say they play the Chargers.
Yeah.
You win the Chargers. So y'all even bold, and they'll be still leading their division. So when they boil down to the Kansas City, got some leeway this week. Because I know they ain't gonna come out and play like that. So they gonna try to win their game. But when the Rams come back, they ain't got no leeway their game. They ain't got no leeway. This versus a must win for them. So if they try to get to where they trying to go, they try to get the number 1 seed. The Green Bay game is a must win for them.
Well, I think the reason I think this Dallas game is important to Kansas City too is because now you start thinking in tight situations like this AFC West, you start thinking about tiebreakers and common opponents and everything. Because the Chargers did lose to Dallas.
Yes.
So it would be helpful to Denver beat Dallas. So it would be helpful if for the Chiefs in that situation if they would go ahead and manage to beat Dallas. Just in case down the stretch, you're looking at maybe the AFC West may be tied week 18 or whatever. You start thinking about them tiebreakers. So they don't necessarily want to lose to y'all either.
I think week 18 they play the Denver Broncos.
Dallas.
Yes.
I mean not Dallas, the Chiefs.
Chiefs. So
yeah.
They just say the tie, whatever. They play the Denver Broncos that game. If they lose to the Cowboys and the Broncos did beat the Cowboys, that means they got to beat Denver to get in where they're trying to go. If it boiled out to like the tiebreaker, it boiled out to the tiebreaker. But I'm saying I still think Kansas City, where they lining up, they're gonna line up for them just right. Especially with these 3 games with their division folk. I think they better than everybody in their division. I think they better than the Devil. I think the Raiders, they collapsing. You know what I'm saying? With all that going on, whatever. I think that fucked them up. Everything was going on. I think the Chargers, they being the Chargers. You know what I'm saying?
They're a young football team. That's what I'm telling people. Like
I picked them to beat Minnesota. I picked Minnesota to beat them. Minnesota pulled it out. Matter of fact, I picked everybody in the division to lose except Kansas City this week. I mean, the week they just played. So I think that game, the Chargers against Kansas City, I think Kansas City will be more up for that game than the Chargers. The Chargers will be up, but Kansas City know they need it. See, you just beat me. I can't let you beat me no more. You know what I'm saying? I think Kansas City probably beat that game. So I think the way they schedule set up, it helped them out a whole lot, and they'll be able to get in easily. Probably winning by the winning the division, probably. But I think they still got the same problem. They ain't gonna be able to stop nobody. Like Dallas, I think Dallas will give them a problem. I want to say Cincinnati gonna give them a problem, but I don't know what the fuck Cincinnati team going on.
They some babies, man.
They gonna tell me what's going on with. They just came out with bye week 2. They gonna tell me what's going on with them against the Raiders. She like, let's say Cincinnati can fuck around and beat the Raiders.
Which is very likely, and very possible.
It can be possibility that can happen. You know what I'm saying? And let's say that happen, and Kansas City do lay down and lose to the Cowboys. Shit, it cool. Raiders ain't no problem. We just beat y'all. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to worry about you. We gonna play y'all again. We should scrape y'all again. So I think they schedule set up just right for Kansas City. They gonna get in because they schedule. But I put them number 10 though. I put really shit. I put Buffalo number 9, bro, to be truthful. And the reason why I tell you I put Buffalo number 9, because like I said, the same way with the Rams. The only way I put the Rams higher than Buffalo because the Rams defense. Buffalo don't like to get physical, period. Buffalo ain't with that physicality shit.
That secondary is. The secondary is.
Yes,
well, I get what you're saying.
They'll touch something. The secondary will touch something. But with the side they come from, or Buffalo come from, shit, they ain't beating you with the pass over there. They beating you with the run. Was it Baltimore beating you with the run? Tennessee beating you with the run. Kansas City beating you with the pass. But that's why Buffalo beat Kansas City, because they were built to play Kansas City. Kansas City ain't what you're gonna have to beat to get where you gotta go. You're gonna have to beat some Tennessee, you're gonna have to beat some Baltimore. you might have to beat some New England. You know what I'm saying? So I really got Buffalo at my number 9 today. I think the physicality will come back to hunt them. Because you got to go to Baltimore or Tennessee to get where you got to go, and I don't think.
Well, I mean,
you got to beat them.
We're gonna touch on Baltimore in a second, but first we are going to take a look at who I got at number 8, which is Tampa Bay. Now, I'm gonna say this about the Bucks. Yes, they on a 2-game losing streak, but you look at it for what it is. They undefeated at home. Now they two? I think they 2-3 in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at Tampa Bay. Okay, yeah. So they 4-0 at home. They 2-3 on the road. 1-1 in the division. Now, what's gonna be real tough for them is the fact that the league kind of backloaded their schedule with divisional games. They don't even play 2 all season, you know what I'm saying, so far.
That's in their favor. That's in their favor.
Yeah. Now let's look at Tampa though. Let's look at Tampa. I understand Tampa then lost 2 straight games, but who they lost to? And look at the scores. They lost to the Saints. We ain't never gonna fault Tampa Bay for losing to the Saints, because it happens. The Saints always seem to pop the boys, regardless of how good we think they are. They beat Chicago 38-3, of course, a week before that. Okay, they lost by 10 points to Washington. Washington, quiet as kept, played them kind of tough. In the playoffs, they played in a playoff game, they played them kind of tough. So, what do you think about Tampa Bay at that spot? Because I still think when the dust settles, Tampa Bay probably is going to still end up better than 3, maybe 4 teams that we're going to have higher than them. And for damn sure, probably better than the teams I got behind them. So, what do you think about the Bucks?
That's how I'm looking at like, I think Tampa Bay too low.
I can't have them that high when they coming off some losses like that.
I feel you on it, but I ain't looking at it like I ain't looking at it week to week. I'm looking at it. I'm saying the team, like you said, who they done played, the games they lost. I'm saying how they won, how they lost, stuff like that. I can't put New England in front of Tampa Bay. I don't think New England better. And New England playing damn good ball. I ain't gonna pop out New England siren, but
you know why? Because do I say that though? New England seem to have things. New England's identity. Well, we know what Bill is when it comes to that. New England's identity is what it is right now. They lead the league in forced turnovers. and they got a quarterback who's playing mistake-free football pretty much.
Yeah,
Dude had 3 touchdowns and didn't even throw for 200 yards Sunday. And
yeah.
Mac Jones.
He managing the game damn well. He throwing
Yeah.
some. I want to say he's doing more than managing the game because I see Home doing height 1 2 boom, height 1 2 3 boom. I'm saying when you doing it like that, that ain't no managing the game. They knowing exactly where you're going. They knowing exactly what you're doing. He looking damn good. He looking damn good. But I don't think their team better than the New England Patriots. Like if they match it up, I think New England better than them. Even though
Yeah, I think down the street, we ain't gonna never find out if they because they ain't about to play unless they meet up in the Super Bowl. I seriously doubt if that happened. But yeah,
who
do I
you like?
think
So what was more impressive? Cleveland, I mean the way that New England did Cleveland, or Tampa Bay losing to Washington?
what was more impressive?
Or what was most shocking to you?
Uh, the way New England did Cleveland. I thought New England would beat Cleveland. I thought Cleveland would have played a very closer game. But look at that score, man. Like
Yeah,
I don't think anybody saw that coming.
no,
I kind of figured before the game. I kind of figured like you know what, Washington could maybe get some pressure. Like this, I thought for a second like this could be a trap game for Tampa because teams seem to have some
out
issues
the
going
back,
up to Washington.
out the back, just losing to New Orleans, out the back.
I ain't had the guts to put no money on it for damn sure, but I kind of had a feeling that that could be a letdown. I thought Tampa was gonna win, but
Me
I
too.
thought it was gonna be a struggle.
Me
You
too.
know, I ain't have them lose, nobody lost. But come on, let's go back and look at Tampa then. So they beat Dallas by 2 back in week 1. They destroyed Atlanta 48-25. They lost to the Rams by 10, 34-24. They beat New England by 2 points. Now we remember that game, 1917.
Yeah,
Beat New England by 2 points. New England had a shot to win that game late.
yeah,
Now we go past that. They beat Tampa. They beat Miami 45-17. They beat Philly barely 28-22. They beat up on Chicago 38-3. Then when we trail on from that, they lost to New Orleans 36-27. And then they lost to Washington 29-19. So we can honestly make the notion that Tampa ain't beat nobody either. But a lot of these teams we just giving the benefit of the doubt to. Now, do I think Tampa
yeah.
is a
And,
worse team than New England? No, I don't.
and,
But
I,
I think as of right now,
I'm looking at what Tampa working with. I'm looking at and what I mean what Tampa working with is Tampa working with the injury bull. I know the injury bull fucking with him. So you got Gronk out, you got your Anthony Antonio Brown out. I think you got some cornerbacks out. You know what I'm saying? So I will have Tampa that low. And I ain't even psyched out by Dad right now. I think Dad them going out first round too. You know what I'm saying? But I think they should be a little higher than 8. They ain't at my 8. I got who else said I got? I think I got Buffalo at 8. No, who else said I got at 8? No, I said I got New England at 8. That was I got New England at 8. Really New England and Tampa Bay switch spot.
yeah. Yeah. I think my brain tells me that Tampa Bay is better than New England, given the fact that they did beat them too. They beat them. They only beat them by 2, but they did manage to beat them too.
Really, that I don't really judge them on that game because that game was a real emotional game on both sides.
Yeah.
So I really get acknowledged New England for that game. The reason why I get even though they lost, how they played them, made me be like shit. But that was I wasn't expecting that. So then Dad supposed to come out there and ate y'all ass up, but y'all stood up. So
Yeah.
I don't look at the wins and losses. I don't look at the Tampa Bay won that game. I'm looking at how New England put up a fight for them, and I respect them for that. That showed me something about them. Matter of fact, they let me know Matt Jones was ready. I was like, oh yeah, he ready. He just went toe to toe with Dad. He ready.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, Tampa. My brain tells me Tampa's better than New England, but is it a possibility we could have a season where we could be sitting here week 17 talking about this shit and saying, man, you know what? We just kept believing, and Tampa really didn't do shit.
You heard me just say out there, Dad, I'm going out first round.
And then you got Mac Jones and Bill Belichick in the divisional championship in the AFC.
Well, that shit that go down, boy, it's all over with. I'll be laughing, but They talking about New England like that. They said they got it. They said they got the team like that.
Yeah, they steady. That's why I say, man, like when I do the power rankings, I try to factor everything in. Do I think Tampa's better than New England? At the end of the day, yes, I do. But at the current moment, New England hot. New England ain't bad right now. New England hot. Tampa struggling. Y'all still in the top 10? Because if we want to be honest, you look at the Rams and compare the Rams to some those other teams, you can make the argument maybe the Rams could be out the top 10 next week. If they lose to Green Bay, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be out of the top 10. So
Shit, the question you ask yourself though, who the hell you gonna put in the place on the Colts? Do they beat Buffalo?
I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
they just like you New England. Let's say New England lose to Atlanta. Then what we talking about?
But that's something I think we will. Well, you know what? I'm gonna bring that up with this next team, man. I'm glad you said that because we're gonna get to Baltimore, and I'm about to bring that team right up. Who I got at number 7. Now, Baltimore, they suffered one of them questionable Thursday night losses to a bad team. Baltimore ain't on no losing streak aside from that. Baltimore has kind of played pretty steady football all season. Lamar Jackson has pretty much been an MVP candidate all season. So I refuse to put them behind the Rams. Even though you can make the argument that
Hell
maybe the
no, I'm not
Rams,
gonna be behind the Rams. Hell no.
even though you can make the argument that if when healthy and everything, they're hitting on all cylinders, the Rams could be better than the Ravens. But
See, if the Ravens, I can't really say that because the Ravens got their foot of health. We know the Ravens hurt. We
yeah,
know they hurt. So we can't even bring the injury bug into the conversation. Period. Because you know them folk working with. You know
yeah.
we know what them folk working with. So I can't. I want to. We don't even want to talk about the injury bug when it comes to Baltimore. I think Baltimore that was just a letdown game Thursday night against the Miami Dolphins, bro. That's on everything I love. I still like. I think Baltimore too low. I think Baltimore need to be up there with Buffalo with.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Buffalo, New England, and Baltimore was the 3 teams I was kind of juggling between each other. Like,
I can believe.
because I'm gonna get to Buffalo, but I just think it's Baltimore so hit or miss, man. It's like on any given Sunday when you think they're gonna show up and lay a dud, Lamar show up and throw for 3 something and 3 touchdowns and prove you wrong. But like I said, that brings me to this Sunday, not this Sunday, this Thursday game when you brought up if New England loses to Atlanta. I don't know how I would handle it if New England lost that game to Atlanta. Because, like, Atlanta beat a couple teams too. But is it possible New England could go to Atlanta on the Thursday night and get their ass handed to them?
Yeah.
It's possible.
I'm saying to be truthful, I don't think so. I'd be shocked that
I don't think it's going to happen,
yeah,
but
no, I'd be shocked. I feel that how Miami and Baltimore game was. Like, damn.
yeah, but it's like how you lost too. I factor that in too. It's like
Yeah, that's true.
y'all damn near got shut out at Miami, man.
And they beat you with one defense.
Yeah, that didn't look good.
Zero defense.
But I still think Baltimore's a top 8 team in the league. But it's
I like. I'm saying Lamar Jackson.
they playing better football currently than Tampa Bay. Kansas City on their ass though in the AFC. In the AFC.
On Baltimore.
Yeah. Kansas City on a lot of teams' asses in the AFC though.
I really Kansas City been goddamn Baltimore kryptonite or Patrick Mahomes been Lamar Jackson kryptonite. But I believe the next time they see them, I believe Baltimore beat them. I believe
again.
Baltimore beat them the first time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the fumble.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe because they're not physical enough. Kansas City not physical enough. They're not physical enough. They're not physical enough. They're not physical enough.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm gonna say this. I remember. I forgot exactly. I'm terrible with years.
Matchup.
The Colts.
Not mean to cut you out, but these playoffs matchups gonna tell a whole lot, boy. That's only the time.
Oh yeah.
Buffalo, like let's say Buffalo can match up with Kansas City in the first round. Shit, they got that. It's a strong possibility they can beat them easy. I'm saying with no questions asked, because they built for them. But let's just say Buffalo match up. We got that somebody like Tennessee or Baltimore in the first round. Boy, they not really. They got them. They ain't matching up with them folk. Them folk finna run that shit down their throat.
Well,
And
that's if Baltimore healthy too.
yeah,
If they can run the ball down anybody's throats.
so he gonna do it. So, he the one gonna take our run. If they got a running back, he gonna do it.
But no, what though? That brings up another question.
I mean, how long he gonna
How
keep
much
doing
of a
that?
pass? How much passing wise did you need to see from Lamar? Like Lamar got over the hump this past year, winning a playoff game, but how much of it do you think is gonna have to be on his shoulders as far as throwing the football? Because you already know, it's a copycat league. Teams know how to play him. Like on
They,
any given Sunday, teams will show up and let you do what you're gonna do and put up some video game stats. But come playoff time, teams gonna start packing that box.
oh, everybody can't do what Miami tried. Everybody, you come out there with that shit, they're like Buffalo might try that. They think they cornerback might can try that, but everybody can't do that shit. Miami got some good at cornerback.
Yeah,
And the thing about that defense he played, they played Baltimore with. But if home made one person miss, he gone.
true that. Didn't
Yeah.
happen.
So really, Baltimore is the wild card over there for me. Because when they brought out to it, home can cut there and turn that motherfucker on. You can't do nothing with that man, period. He had you psyched all the way out.
Yeah.
He can't psyched all the way out. Or you can go out there and get in his head and he got there like he can't throw the ball. He can't do nothing. He got there, keep bouncing around in one spot and they kill him.
Right.
So I did a wild card to me over there. But I think I like them. I like them in the top 5 though. Like you got Buffalo at 5. I want to put Baltimore at 5. And you got at 7. You got Baltimore. Who I said? I put New England right there.
So you would put New England right there?
I put New England right there because I got Kansas City at 10. I got Buffalo at 9. I got who the hell I got at 8? At 8 I got and who I just said I was gonna put at 8. I ain't got this shit wrote down.
It wasn't Kansas. It wasn't
Kansas City, I got Kansas City at 10. I got the Rams. I got Kansas City at 10. I got the Rams at. I'm not. No, I said I got the Rams at. Yes, I did. I got Kansas City at 10. I got the Rams at 9. I got give me Buffalo at 8. Give me New England at 6. I mean not at 6, at 7. Give me New England at 7. Give me New England at 7. There we go. Give me New England at 7.
Well, you see, I got New England at 6.
I see.
You talked me into it, man. You made me realize last week that New England deserved a lot of respect. They playing steady football. That's all it
Yeah,
is. They playing
yeah.
steady football, and I talk about this with my brother all the time. He's all, man, look at the air yards. Mac Jones ain't throwing the ball downfield. He ain't pushing the ball downfield. Man,
He ain't
Mac
got
Jones
to.
is winning.
He ain't got to.
He ain't got to.
He ain't got to.
You know,
The offense ain't designed for him to do that.
the skill positions ain't really designed for him to do that either.
Yeah,
But, you know,
it was it. What that deep offense coordinator name?
the Patriots.
Yeah.
Oh, your boy, McDaniels.
I think I don't know how he put Matt Jones in great predicament, bro. He put him in great predicament so he won't make no mistake. You know what I'm saying? And he worked his strength. The same way What's Collar used to do your boy Matt Ryan. The same way Kyle Shanahan used to do Matt Ryan. He put him in great predicament and he used to his strength.
Yeah.
It won't hurt you. It won't hurt you.
So if we look at New England's and their resume, even right now, so New England's 6-4. This is the thing to keep an eye on. They 4-0. They 4-0 on the road, which is crazy for right now. They're 4-0 on the road, but they 5-1 against the AFC right now. So
They dominate their side.
they do it. They taking care of business. They win it on the road, and they taking care of their interconference. And they playing solid defense, and they forcing turnovers. That right, them 4 things right there spells a team that's gonna be trouble for somebody in the playoffs.
But when they boil down to it, they got to get a split against Buffalo.
Yeah, true that.
Everything what's going on with New England, if they do not get a split with Buffalo, They ain't nothing going on. They might not even get in. If they don't get to split with Buffalo, they might not even get in.
No.
What they 64 now, right?
But that's where the 5-1 against the AFC come into place because
No, they 61. They 64 right now, right?
yeah.
Let's say they lose both the games in Buffalo. That's 6 losses. So now that means that means we got what 5 more games or something like 4 more games, some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
They can't lose now one of them. Can't lose now one. Whatever. If Buffalo sweep them, all the rest of the game they gotta win. They can't lose now one on. I don't know who they play, but they can't lose now one on. If Buffalo sweep you, you can't lose now another game. Period. Everybody else, you gotta beat everybody else. And I think their next game is it's the Falcons. So no letdown game. Period. Can't have no kind of letdown game if Buffalo sweep you.
Well, I mean, they hoping. I'm pretty sure that they beat the Chargers and they beat Cleveland.
You think they can get in at 9-8?
Well, if we take a look at the rest of their schedule, they got to play. They got Tennessee as far as just AFC teams. They got Tennessee, Buffalo, Indianapolis, Jacksonville, Buffalo again, and Miami.
That's it, guys.
Yeah.
If Buffalo sweep you, you cannot lose to the Colts.
Nope.
You cannot lose to Tennessee. You cannot lose. You cannot hope it be a trap game in Jacksonville, down there in Jacksonville, and you can't lose to Miami. I think Miami beat you the first game of the year already.
Yep.
So I said you got any kind of playoff thing going on. You got to get a split against Buffalo. Anything that can split, the pressure on.
Yeah.
Especially that Colts and Tennessee game. If you don't get a split against Buffalo, you got to beat both of them now.
The only thing that's really helping them, I think, is that schedule kind of soft, honestly. Well, I'm gonna consider it soft down the stretch, but like I said,
what they play the Colts at?
They at Indianapolis.
It'll be a tough game for Matt Jones. It'll be a tough game for Matt Jones.
You know, they need to make sure they don't fall into the trap. I'm gonna say that if they beat Atlanta, Thursday, and they beat Jacksonville January 2nd,
them the two trapped to me.
Yeah, if they can avoid them 2 traps on the road down south, if they can avoid them 2 traps.
They play Miami in Miami though, don't it? Yeah.
Week 18.
Miami beat them up there.
Definitely, it's possible. I think it all comes down to them beating Atlanta. If they falter at Atlanta, y'all gave away a dub. Plain and simple. Because I think it's gonna come. Everybody, unless you finish with like one of the top 3 seeds, 4 seeds, everybody else, it's gonna be a rat race to 10 wins. And 10 wins ain't gonna guarantee your ass to get in this year.
So that's why I say that you think 9 gonna get you in? Hell no.
No, hell no. 9 ain't.
Hell no.
You know what though?
You at 4 right now.
I'm gonna tell you this.
And Buffalo sweep you, boy. You shoot bad, boy.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this though. The way the AFC is set up and the NFC, a lot of these they gonna cannibalize each other. So it's obvious, like down the stretch, it could be a team that sneak in with 9 wins because these teams about to beat each other up these last few weeks. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the fact that they beat Cleveland, they took care of Carolina last week, beat Cleveland. So you're looking at Atlanta, Tennessee, Buffalo, Indianapolis, Buffalo.
You said 9 win probably get you in the AFC.
I ain't gonna say probably. I'm saying that when all the smoke settles and these teams start playing each other down the stretch and they start knocking each other out, it could be a situation where a 9-win team does get in.
But it ain't gonna be nothing but 1.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be nothing but 1.
But I see a lot of teams gonna be fighting for that. The Chargers gonna be fighting for that. The Bengals, the Steelers gonna be fighting for that.
They may be suffering a collapse. Like we don't even know about the Chargers. That Charger win for a lot of teams ain't looking that great right now.
The coach gonna be fighting for that. Cause the coach I got 5. Everybody I called, I got 5 wins. The coach got 5 wins. The Bengals got 5 wins. The Browns got 5 wins. Steelers got 5 wins. Raiders got 5 wins. Denver got 5 wins. Chargers got 5 wins. Chiefs got 6 wins. Patriots got 6 wins. Bills got 6 wins. So it's gonna be a lot of. You're right. It's a lot of where the matchups fall down. It'll be a lot of folk. Shit, but now I might not get you in, but you know what I'm saying, with all them folk there, with the six, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 14, 5 teams with 6 wins, and New England won on. So that means you only number 3 wins, 4 wins way to get 10. But folks on your ass, boy. You can't afford. You cannot afford to lose. You got to split with Buffalo. I promise you that. You got to split with Buffalo. You got to split with Buffalo.
Well, speaking of Buffalo, I got Buffalo at 5.
Yeah,
I kind of
yeah,
battled back and forth with this because I think Buffalo flawed as hell. Don't get me wrong,
yes,
Buffalo flawed, but Buffalo is also one of them teams where they got a stud at quarterback who makes plays with his arm and his legs. They got a solid ass secondary. That defensive line still suspect as far as when it comes to stopping the run. They've been getting after the passer this year with just 4 guys too, which is pretty impressive. But when I look at Buffalo, the reason I put Buffalo at 5 is because when I compare them to everybody else that's behind, not necessarily everybody that's behind them, comparing them to New England, even though I picked New England to win the division before the season started and Baltimore, I think defensively, Buffalo has the ability to go anywhere and shut you down defensively if they all locked in, especially in that secondary. Now, New England's secondary is kind of on their tail. J.C. Jackson is second in the league in picks, I believe.
yeah.
They lead in the league in takeaways.
Yeah,
But
they bullshit.
they got the more experience at quarterback, especially over Mac Jones. You got Josh Allen over Mac Jones. Now, does that mean that Mac Jones can't take down Josh Allen with Bill Belichick's help and play calling? Very possible. But I think as of right now, it's kind of by default. But this a possibility if Buffalo fall this weekend and New England beat Atlanta, they could very likely jump them.
Buffalo play the coach. They're gonna be a pretty good game.
Tough
It'll
game.
be a pretty
That
good
right
game.
there can potentially be a tough game for them.
Yeah, they can be a pretty good game. So like I got both. I think I said I got Buffalo at 9. I think I got them at 9. I believe. I think I might have been 9, 8 or 9 or whatever. I got Tampa Bay at my 5 though. So it's your 5 spot. You got Buffalo. I got Tampa Bay right there. I think you got Tampa Bay at 8. Yeah, I think
Yeah, I got Tampa at 8.
you got Tampa Bay at 8.
Yep.
Yeah, you got Tampa Bay at 8. Yeah, that's why I got Buffalo at. I got Buffalo. They traded spots. I put Tampa Bay in with Buffalo in and Buffalo on Tampa Bay.
Yeah, because I mean, like Buffalo.
It boiled down to Buffalo ain't physical enough. I think physicality was gonna kill them. When it boiled down to it, physicality was gonna kill them.
They close as hell too. Like even statistically, Buffalo and New England are close as hell. Whether you talking about points for and the points against or whatnot, New England actually has given up less points this season than Buffalo.
I can believe that.
But you look at hey, this is what it comes down to. New England 5-1 in the AFC, Buffalo 5-3 in the AFC. New England 4-0 on the road, Buffalo 3-2 on the road. So once them two teams start playing each other, man, that's gonna settle a lot of this. But Buffalo, I think Buffalo is nowhere near the 4 teams I got ranked ahead of them though. That's for damn sure. So
Now we get but like the 14 you got in front of.
they ain't better than none of them NFC teams or that one AFC team.
I feel I can go. I don't know when it I don't know when it comes to Green Bay. Cause I don't know if Green Bay gonna come out there and run the ball with Aaron Jones and be physical with them. Or they gonna come out there and let Aaron Rod throw the ball all around the field. They gonna let Aaron Rod throw the ball all around the field. Buffalo can fight you. Cause that's what Buffalo like to do. So it's with Green Bay, but if they can call them Aaron Jones though, you right about that. Buffalo ain't gonna. They won't do that.
It's like Buffalo kind of remind me of what Tennessee been the last couple of years. Like we gonna be shaky, kind of iffy. Jekyll and Hyde don't know which Buffalo team or which Tennessee team gonna show up on any given Sunday. But when we show up and give our best, we can pop anybody in the league. We saw what Buffalo did. Like when Buffalo decided to show up that Kansas City game was like a Super Bowl to them.
That's the only one but when they brought out, that's the only one we can say that, yeah, but home, they showed out. The rest of that shit, who they showed out on, they supposed to showed out on. You know what I'm saying? Them folks, I think with Houston, they beat them some to 0, and
Yeah.
they played somebody else and they blowed them out. I'm like, dang,
But
they
lost to
supposed to.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville got them put their comfort music on. But they the photo they did win, except the Kansas City, they blowed them folks out. They supposed to. They were better than them, so they got better talent or whatever.
Yeah.
But the Kansas City game, the one stick out, like, but them folks helping Kansas City, but they ain't did nothing since then.
Not much.
They
I
ain't
mean,
did
they came out. I'm glad to see that Buffalo, after they lost that stinker game to Jacksonville the previous week, they came out and they put their foot on the Jets' throats this past weekend. So they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
They didn't go to New York and fall into that 1 o'clock trap and lose to the Jets 27-16 and nothing like that. They went up to New York with that 1 o'clock game, but they went across the bridge from Buffalo. They went across the bridge from Buffalo.
It wasn't no big deal.
And they handled them. They did what they were supposed to do. You don't come off no loss like that against Jacksonville and then lay another egg.
They straight their business. So that one thing, that's something else that I paid attention to in week 10. Everybody who went out bad, I said that in week 10, they supposed to came out and straighten their business. Everybody who supposed to be contenders or whatever, you supposed to come out in week 10 if you went out bad and straighten your business. Tampa Bay, they straighten their business. You know what I'm saying? The Rams, they straighten their business. Buffalo, straighten their business. The Cowboys, straighten their business. Who lost a crucial game last week? Be like, damn, them folk lost. I think they were the only two, really.
Yeah, it was a decent amount of teams, I think. But
I'm talking about who came back this week and straightened their business, though.
oh, like Dallas? Yeah.
Yeah, they came and straightened their Dallas and Buffalo. Them folk came and straightened their business. Like, but we betting that. But yeah, but that shit, like they came out like they mad about that. Like they were pissed off about that.
But the Rams didn't. Now, that takes me all the way back down to number 10.
That's what I say I looked at this week. So when I looked at this week, I'm like, the Rams, they ain't concentrating their business. They weren't mad about how Tennessee just did them. They ain't scraping their business. Same way with Tampa Bay. I'm like, but you came out against Washington, you didn't act like you were mad about how New Orleans did you. So if you got that came out there, you came out with this interceptions and shit again. The Raiders, you just played the Giants. Came and said this is a divisional game against Kansas City at your house. You had a terrible game in New York. Hey man, you both come out there and scrape them folks. So saying even if you don't scrape them, you got them being in the game or whatever. Them folks blowed you out. Everybody got blowed. A lot of folks who supposed to scrape their business. Instead of scraping their business, they got blowed out again. Like, but that wasn't no fluke. You ain't that good for real.
Yeah.
So that's what I paid attention to in this week, with this week going on. And Buffalo scraping their business. They scrape their business. So they let me know they still want the team to beat over here. Well, they still the butt naked, but I still think they're gonna run into their kryptonite, and that's physicality.
Gotcha.
I think they kryptonite physicality. But I got Dad them at number 5 though. I got Dad them shaking. I got Dad them in it. I think folk been telling me that. You've been telling me this for the longest, and I don't start paying attention to it. Like, yeah, that's about right. When the playoff time come, they're gonna be all the way right. Gronk gonna be right. Antonio Brown gonna be right. The cornerback gonna be right, and they're gonna be trying to shake it. You're gonna be trying to shake it.
So we can talk about number 4. Now, number 4 is, man, I try not to base everything off common opponents. I try to factor all of it in. I got Arizona at number 4. Now I believe Arizona is when they healthy, Kyler there. Arizona's better than the 3 teams I got ahead of them, including Tennessee. They beat Tennessee. That's why I kind of found it difficult to put Tennessee ahead of Arizona. But I'm like, well, Tennessee on a 5-game winning streak, 6-game winning streak now?
82.
Yeah, they 8-2. They done won 6 straight?
Yeah.
Now they did lose one to Arizona, but that was all the way back in week 1.
That was the first game of the year.
Exactly, but I got Arizona at 4, and that's because I wasn't gonna knock Arizona down the way I think. I saw some teams today when I was looking at random power rankings when I was checking out on television. There's people that had Arizona at 6 and 7. I'm like, listen, man, Arizona quarterback didn't play, and you can't tell me there's no way that if Tampa would have went out without Tom Brady, kind of give them cut them some slack on that. I'm gonna cut Arizona some slack with that loss because the fact that they quarterback didn't play.
All the real, we got. I'm saying I like that spot. I'm saying we got them in the same spot. I'm saying I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I feel like shit. The same thing they going through right now. What they went through last year. Only thing about it is I think Kyler Murray gonna come back more quicker than last year. Last year he had a knee injury. This year he got an ankle injury. Last year they was 6-2. He hurt his knee or whatever. Fell down here ever since then. They was I think they was 7-0. Foot around sprained ankle. A lot of Green Bay they got them and they lost 2 out of 3. It cool. So I think Arizona gonna get back here. I still think they the fourth best team in the power ranking. We got that jammed up right. I think they physical. They like to come on with it, but they need their leader. Without their leader, you take any one of these team leaders on the person on the team on this list that they leader gone, and they still playing ball in Tennessee. But I believe they're gonna catch up with them in the long run. But right now, that's the only team that they leader gone and got them. They still got them doing what they do. Everybody else, if you take their leader away, all the teams you just called out, take Mac Jones away right now, them folk won't win now another game. You take Tom Brady away right now, them folk won't win now another game. You take Patrick Mahomes away right now, them folk won't win now another game. You take they just lost on what the boy name is? Who the Rams just lost?
Stafford.
No, I ain't even gonna say Stafford. What the name is? The Woods.
Oh, Robert Woods.
They just lost Woods. They better get that shit together because they ain't finna win too many games without him. Let them get that shit together.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that because Wood do a lot of shit. He blocked. He got them. He got them. Go call.
He an extension of their run game. You know, McVay don't want to run the ball worth a damn no way.
This is the wide receiver on the screen or reverse. Right. So you take him away. You see how the Rams just look. Buffalo take Josh Allen away. Same thing. So I got to put the same standards on Arizona. But I like them at number 4 though. They're about right. They're right.
But you know what though? When I look at Arizona and I look at their situation, because me, you, and Block discussed this a few times before the season started, and y'all laughed at me when I talked about Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy was good for that one game though. He won him that one game, but after that it was kind of smelly.
Yeah, I believe the only reason why they Carolina they said Carolina been having Arizona number though. Last 3-4 years, Carolina having Arizona number.
Yeah,
I'm saying I believe that with the move with Carolina, with Cam Newton, that shit got them fucked them up. They weren't looking for that. They weren't looking. Are you playing them folk? They ain't going nowhere either now.
Carolina.
Even if 2 games gonna tell you what they doing too now.
Yeah, I mean,
they ain't gonna tell you what's going on with them heavy. So they play Carolina 5-5. They next 2 games they play Washington and I think Minnesota. Fuck around and got their loot. Fuck around and win both of them games. New Orleans play Philadelphia. I don't know who they play after Philadelphia. And they got the tiebreaker, and they already up 1 game on Carolina. They can catch New Orleans. They can catch New Orleans. I think that Cam Newton move was a great move for them.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives them a major spark. Like I said, Carolina, you can trust Cam ain't gonna turn the ball over. Now Cam gonna have some games where his accuracy comes and goes, and he gonna kind of like be going through the motions. But Cam ain't gonna put you in no position to lose the game.
The way they defense playing, that's all he got to do.
Exactly.
That's all he got to do.
Exactly. So, but
watch out for them folk though. Watch out for them folk though. For real, watch out for them folk.
But I mean, like if we get back to Arizona, if we compare their backup quarterback situation to everybody else, we know who their backup quarterback is, Colt McCoy. To comment on what you was just saying, if Josh Allen get hurt in Buffalo, who the hell is the backup over there? Was it? It ain't Matt Barkley. It's
Yes, this is award last year.
The same dude it was last year.
Matt Barkley award last year.
Yeah, it was Barkley.
I think they dropped that boy from Georgia though.
No, Matt Barkley. Carolina signed Matt Barkley 3 weeks ago, so he there.
I think that boy from Georgia.
Oh yeah.
They dropped
him. The one that had the racist comments.
Yeah, they dropped him. Yeah, they dropped him.
Jake Fromm. Yeah, but Say, well, you look at New England. Who is the backup in New England?
Still.
Stidham. I mean, out of New England, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Kansas City, and the Rams, the one guy, or at least the one situation where I believe they can throw a backup in and win a game in the playoffs could be New England. And that's because New England got the defense and they got the coach. Now, when I look at everybody else,
I don't
Tampa
believe
Bay backup
I don't
quarterback
believe in Skinner,
situation,
period.
huh?
I don't believe in Skinner, period.
I don't either, but I believe in Bill Belichick and that defense. Do I believe he can put together a game plan to get them a win over somebody in the wild card round or something if they need it? It's possible. I'm not sure if Kansas City backup quarterback can do that.
See, who they got? Though they got that boy. Oh, damn, whatever. He won one last year. He won the game last year. Yeah, Cleveland.
Oh, who?
Come from Carolina, played with Carolina before and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
He beat Cleveland?
Yeah, last when they knocked Patrick Mahomes out the game in the playoff last year. Home came in there and got that first down. He came and made a couple plays with Tyrone
Oh,
Hill.
Chad Henne.
Yes,
True that. Chad can do it.
yes,
Chad can. Then he got Andy Reid too.
yes.
Chad a vet. Chad been in that system for a while
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. He the best one out there.
Yeah. All right, so let's go on to number 3, man. We looking at we looking at Green Bay. Now, man, look, this is out of everybody in me and your top 5. Green Bay is the one team I've been so shaky on. Like, is y'all good or not? Can y'all match up with different teams or not? We can find out the second half of this season now because they
Man,
got some big games coming up too.
who the hell they play? They play this Sunday. They play Minnesota this Sunday.
Yes, sir.
The division game in Minnesota. Minnesota give them hell every time they play them. So they game gonna mean something because you know the game out there they play the Rams. So you right.
Yeah, but we looking at Green Bay. What do you need? You need an elite playmaker at quarterback.
You know what's kind of hurt now?
Who?
Aaron Jones got a sprained MCL.
Mm-hmm.
They be out about a couple weeks. I said them couple weeks may hurt them. And what I mean by may hurt them, I'm saying because they play Minnesota. I'm saying they need to get that win. They play the Rams after that. I think Green Bay got what about 2 losses? Green Bay got 2 losses. The Rams got 3 losses. Carter got 2 losses. Buccaneer got 3 losses. Cowboys got 2 losses. Like I said, Green Bay they want that number 1 seed, so these next 2 games gonna be real crucial for them. But I got we different at our number 3. I'm saying I got the Dallas Cowboys at the number 3. I got Green Bay in front of them. I got Dallas at number 3. The reason why I got Dallas at number 3 because I still think again Aaron Rodgers, boy, we got to come on with it, fucking home. I'm saying we got to come on with it, fucking home.
I don't think this is the same Aaron, man. And I'm like, even despite the fact,
but their defense ain't the same defense. Their defense got better. See, they would make me look at Aaron Rodgers like, damn, Aaron Rodgers used to be showing out, and he ain't had no defense. But that defense making noise.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers got a defense, man. He got there gonna be. You gotta get his ass off note there. You better get his ass off note there. You gotta get his ass out up in Green Bay. Bring his ass down to your house. Because if Green Bay got down, that's another reason why I got him in front of the Cowboys. I'm like, well, I know we can't go down there and beat them. We don't go down there and beat them, folks. We're gonna free to death. We're gonna go down and beat them, folks. We're gonna beat them, folks. So
I don't know, man. It's like
I don't think we go down there.
Even if we go back and look at Green Bay schedule, they lost 30. They took a bad one to New Orleans week 1, 38-3. But they beat Detroit week 2,
They've been shaking
35.
the in though.
Huh?
They've been shaking the sin in. See that 30 something? Ain't nobody scored 30 no more. Ain't no more 30. Ain't no more 30. See, when New Orleans scored the hot 30 that week 1. Why the fuck they gave us 30 no more? Ain't no more 30. 30 nothing. No
Well, I mean, if we look at the competition though, well, San Francisco got close. They could have won that game. They lost. They beat Frisco 30-28, but they beat Pittsburgh. Like, look at the offenses they've been playing too. Pittsburgh can't score. They beat Pittsburgh 27-17.
scored 13 points.
Yeah, yeah. But even if we look at the Green Bay Cincinnati game, Cincy gave that game away. Well, Green Bay did too. Both of them was both kickers.
How many points scored that game? About
Green
24.
Bay won 25-22. But it was
Yeah,
like what, 6 missed field goals in that
yeah.
game?
That made me actually down like, but that was a high scoring game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an overtime game.
Yeah.
And it
What
was
made me say it was a high scoring game? Because I remember all them damn field goals for me. You're right.
yeah, but look at the Bears. They beat the Bears 24-14.
14.
Can't score. They beat Washington 2014. Now they pulled off AJ Green got his head in the game. That's a loss right there. They beat Arizona 24-21. If AJ Green on that last play had his head in the game, Green Bay got what, 3 losses now?
Yeah,
We're looking at Green Bay having 4 losses if AJ Green was there and made that play.
They'll be. No, they ain't got number 3. They ain't got number 2 right now.
Yeah, but that would have been 3 losses.
Yeah, they'd have made 3. But at the same time, all the numbers you just called out, the defense ain't gave up now. If you do the average of that, that ain't number about 21 points a game from your defense.
True that.
It's all they getting up.
True that.
That's all. And you can ask your defense, what else you want from your defense?
Shit, Seattle can't really do nothing. They can't score worth a damn. They shut Seattle out. And then the week before that, Kansas City don't know.
13 points. That what got my attention these last 2 weeks. I'm like, damn, you shut them folks out. I'm like, okay. Then you come back and Kansas City supposed to blow you out, really.
True that.
Kansas City supposed to blow you out because you got your backup quarterback out there. He never played the game. Motherfucker will blow you out. And you hold him at 13 points. I'm like, shit, boy, that pretty good, boy.
Yeah, so good. We look at the rest of the Green Bay schedule. They got Minnesota this week. They got the Rams after that. The Bears. They got
a. They ain't gonna tell me. The Minnesota ain't gonna tell me a whole lot about Green Bay though. I think they supposed to have they been to get Minnesota. If they would, like I said, I got them number 2. You got them at number 3 in your power ranking. I got them at number 2.
Yeah,
you're supposed to lose to Minnesota if I got you that high.
That's a divisional game, my brother.
I feel you, but if you that high in the rankings, you try to get the number 1 seed. You know what I'm saying? You need the number 1 seed in your conference. That's why you that high. You trying to get up there. You ain't got that. You lose to Minnesota. The score probability you ain't gonna get that. You score probability you ain't gonna get that.
Yeah. So like I said, it's Minnesota. They got the Rams. They got the Bears, Baltimore, Cleveland, Minnesota again, and they finish up with the Lions week 18.
Now they got how many? They got 2 losses there, right?
Yeah,
they got 2 losses. They right now they
yeah.
Green Bay 8-2.
Yep.
If you lose to Minnesota, you're gonna end up 12-5. Why? Because I think you're gonna lose to Baltimore when you see Baltimore. I think Baltimore gonna beat you. I think I don't even know where you playing them at, but I think Baltimore gonna beat you.
No, they at Baltimore.
I think you're gonna probably lose that game. Matter of fact, if you I'm gonna say that Baltimore you probably lose that game. But after that Minnesota game, if you lose that Minnesota game, you're gonna lose 2 more games. Baltimore gonna be one of them. I don't know what the next one gonna be, but you're gonna lose another game. Now that 5 losses. You ain't finna get the number 1 seed at 5 losses. But no. you can get the number 1 seed with a 3 or a 4 loss. You stretching that 4, but you can get the number 1 seed at 3 or the 4 loss. So you got to beat Minnesota. You must beat Minnesota. And you got to sweep the Bears.
And you got to beat Cleveland.
So what I'm trying to tell them, like, if you lose to Minnesota, boy, you ain't finna lose 5 games because I don't think you're gonna beat Baltimore and Cleveland. You're not gonna beat both of them. Both of them might beat you. Fuck around if Chubb back and Kareem Hunt back, and don't let the game mean something for Cleveland, but you know they finna come all the way with it. Yeah. If they run a game together, they can beat you.
Well, yeah, you absolutely got it there though. You got it there.
This is a crucial game for Minnesota. This is a crucial game for Green Bay right here for real. They talking about the number 1 seed.
So let's go to number 2 because you said you got Green Bay at number 2. I got Dallas at number 2. I think when I Dallas passes the eye test for me a little bit more than Green Bay. I've noticed when Dallas locked in, offensively and defensively, they got playmakers at every level of defense. Randy Gregory seemed to have his head on straight. Michael Parsons.
He hurt. He be out for 3 more. He be out for 2 more weeks.
Yeah. Yep. But even before the injury, Randy seemed to be.
He ready. He back. He ready.
Michael Parsons. Parsons, he was
Everything still in the draft.
yep. And then of course you got your boy, you got the ball hawk on the back end.
He
Then
played
on
good.
top of that, y'all got to say it's like when I compare Dallas is built. They built to beat every damn body in the AFC, in the NFC. That's just my opinion. Y'all got the running game when y'all choose to use it. Now, if y'all decide to use it come playoff time or whatever, that's a possibility. But like I said, y'all got the running game. Y'all got the offensive weapons on the outside for damn sure. Y'all got Gallup back. And you look at the defense, y'all got the secondary. Y'all secondary is built to shut down a lot of teams, man. Y'all got the safety play. And your boy Dan Quinn might be the best, one of the best acquisitions this
He is a
entire
big,
offseason.
he is a big acquisition for them because he get to do what he want. He get to do. He get to focus on what
Yes.
he known for doing instead of doing all the other shit. But the
You get to
reason,
focus on what he did when he was in Seattle.
yeah, back I'm saying that what he got his name from. But the reason why I say I got them at number 3 because they offense and their defense go like hand to hand. Like if the offense got any kind of little glitches, the defense, I'm saying and the other team offense not one dimensional. They get to pick what they want to do, run the ball, pass, whatever they want to do. Cowboy can't do nothing with that. They can't do nothing with that because you got them on the edge. They don't know what really to do. But if you make them one dimensional, that's first for anybody. If you make a motherfucker one dimensional, I'm saying we got you fucked up. We got you through dealing. But if the outfit don't come to play ball, we trimming around and fuck around and we get down by 10 and 14 and all those shit. They're the same way like that Denver game. We got a problem. So I'm not shocked about the game against the Falcons. When they ball down to it, you handled your business. You supposed to did that.
Right.
Plus, Dan Quinn know Matt Ryan out the back of his goddamn hand. He done had Matt Ryan for 5 years, went to the Super Bowl with him and everything. You can't tell me he don't know him. So that means he know his flaws. So I'm not shocked at the 3 points. The Kansas City game that they play this week, tell me that the Cowboys really up there with the Rams, the Green Bays, your Tampa Bays, and your shit like that. Because we know Kansas City got problems on defense. They can't stop me or you. So if I see and tell you where the offense and defense go hand in hand, the offense should not have no hiccups against the Kansas City Chiefs. And if the offense don't have no hiccups against the Kansas City Chiefs, the goddamn defense can go goddamn toe-to-toe with it against their offense because we going toe-to-toe with you. So
But you know what? You know football just as well as I know football. And these games rarely go the way we think they're gonna go.
all the time.
Now Kansas City, this is a game Kansas City gonna get up for. I don't see Kansas City getting blown out.
Now,
They gonna get up for Dallas. Now that don't necessarily mean they're gonna beat Dallas.
I don't see them get blown out either, but I can see it. Let's just how you just said, well, they run the ball sometimes when they want to run the ball. Let's say they go out there and they just want to we're just gonna attack the secondary. Now you're rolling the dice because if
balls getting tipped, guys. Yeah.
Even if you don't even, I ain't talking about the ball being tipped. They just say you go 3 and out.
Yeah.
Now you just keep getting Patrick Mahomes the ball. Eventually, they're gonna shake it. The offense ain't no hold on. Them niggas still run 4-2s. Them niggas still run 4-3s. You see what I'm saying? They still do that. But if you come out there and you dictate what's going on, we finna run the ball. We know you can't get there and start the run, period. You have to put 9 folks in the bar to start the run. Now I can go up top on you and put them safety that you got in coverage that they don't like to do, even though that boy Terry, what his name on number
Tyrann Mathieu.
He pretty good, but the other safety, he can't check nobody. Anytime you know how to up in front of somebody, they're gonna beat him. We can beat him like that. But we go out there with it, we finna just throw the ball and that person got to throw for 400. We ain't gonna beat them folk like that, bro. We ain't gonna
beat them. This. You think y'all got a legit shot at the number 1 seed?
Yeah.
Cause I mean I feel y'all do.
Yeah, but I think they got here. I think they got here gonna tell it though. Cause if we fuck around and lose this guy here, we might not get it. So that'll be 3 losses, and I believe we're gonna win. We're gonna lose somewhere else.
I mean that would
like we could. Our next 2 games. I think our next 2 games is Kansas City and the Raiders. If we want the number 1 seed, we got to win both of these games. Because if we don't win both of these, if we don't win, if we fuck around and got there and lose both of these games, but we ain't gonna get it. We ain't gonna get it.
Well, I say this. y'all could afford to lose to y'all can afford to lose to Kansas City for simple fact. Well, it's an NFC game. I mean, it's an AFC game, but it'll put y'all at 2-2 against the AFC. But y'all taking care of business. Y'all what? Y'all 7-2. Y'all 2-0 against the AFC East. Y'all 5-0. Y'all 5-1 against the NFC as a total. So Dallas, what I think gonna happen, Dallas is the best team in that division by far.
I
So
ain't, I ain't worried about the division. I'm looking at
no, I'm saying that
I'm looking at
because
Green Bay.
y'all have a built-in, like, remember all them years New England they had a built-in 4 wins pretty much playing in the AFC East.
Weak division in football.
Yeah, but I still think when it comes down to it, y'all still can beat Dallas. I mean, not Dallas. Y'all still can beat Arizona. I think potentially, and I think y'all can beat Green Bay, and I think y'all can beat the Rams for damn sure. Consider the personnel y'all got on defense. I believe y'all can beat the Rams for damn sure.
Yeah, the Rams don't scare me. Because one thing about the Rams ain't gonna the Rams ain't gonna run the ball. They gonna play in our favor. They gonna let
Yeah,
Mark, gonna let that boy number 11 got that penny ear back and got to come get you.
y'all had Stafford out there turning the ball all over.
Yeah, he played for Detroit, so we know no disrespect with you, but
Got it.
we've been doing them like that though. So we've been doing
Yeah.
like that when we see him. But
Shit, I
like
don't
I
know.
was just saying,
Low key.
what I
Low
was just
key,
saying about
man.
Green Bay, I just said Green Bay gonna got that. They fuck around and lose Minnesota. Boy, you have to lose 5 games now. Cowboys, you fuck around and at least get a split out of Kansas City and the Raiders, so you can be at 3 losses. Boy, you ain't got that gonna fuck around. You gonna lose 5 games. Ain't nobody gonna get the number 1 seed that they 3 or 4. You gotta be 3 or 4. So we got, and I think that number 1 seed for the Dallas Cowboys for us would just be a confidence for that team. So I'm saying
Yeah.
make them that press got them. We at the crib doing Ezekiel. We at the crib. Michael Parson. He got the crib. So they make him. It'd be more confident for the team, really.
Damn, y'all set up. Like, I'm looking at y'all schedule now, the back end of y'all schedule.
We
Y'all
play
actually
good.
y'all set up to win the damn NFC.
Yeah, we ready to score. That's why I said the Kansas City and the Raider game. We can't lose both of
Yeah.
these games. Because the
Y'all
rest of
better
the
than the
week,
Raiders though.
we play
But I mean,
we play Washington, Philadelphia, New Orleans. So then we finna be all them folks. We finna run through them folks' head.
Arizona, January
And the
2nd.
last one. That's the last game. So if long as we and we don't lose both of the games against Kansas City and the Raiders, it cool. The Arizona game gonna give probably our 4th loss to the most.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Y'all could be in trouble. Like that week 18 game, that week 18 trip to Philadelphia. That's one of them type of games, man.
Gotta be.
I wouldn't be shocked if Dallas need to go ahead and get their wins out of the way because that
Get,
division Philly got a tendency to bite y'all.
get what? But guess about that game though. Guess what to cover that game though. If we beat Kansas City and the Raiders, if we beat both of them, and if we do have that letdown game against Philadelphia, they ain't number 3 losses. Now the Arizona game means something because everybody gonna have probably about 3 losses or whatever, 4 to the most. Now we got to fight for that. This game mean for the number 1 seed. This game will mean something. But if we lose, if we got there let Kansas City or got there the Raiders get a win, now we can't afford to lose that Philadelphia game. We can't afford to lose it.
Honestly, I think y'all could probably drop both of them games to the AFC. I think y'all could probably drop
We
y'all
drop
could
both the
drop it
games,
to the
we ain't get a
Raiders.
number 1 seed. Ain't nowhere in the hell we can get it. We
Y'all
can't.
better beat Arizona. I think if as long as y'all beat Arizona week 17 and y'all take care of the rest of the NFC East, I think y'all can do it.
The Rams and Dad them got to be doing our bad. The Rams and Dad got to be doing our bad. If we lose,
Yeah.
if we lose to Kansas City and the Raiders, but the Rams and Dad them got to be doing our bad for us to be talking about we get a number 1 seed.
You don't think y'all can you don't think y'all can afford to drop any one of them? You think y'all got to win
I
both?
said the best we can do is the worst we can do is a split, but that's the worst. And the worst of that is they put the pressure on they goddamn Philadelphia game.
Yeah, do.
That's the worst. Those are that the worst. But if we got them, if we split, if both of them teams beat us, boy, we got a problem. We're gonna play them one game we're gonna play one game at home. Next game gonna be on the road.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say this too. That trip to Washington in 3 weeks, that ain't no gimme. Like Some of them games.
The reason why I ain't believe they watch it no more now, because 3 of their main things gone. Quarterback, Sweat, and Young.
Yeah.
Both of them gone. Boy, that defense ain't what the defense already wasn't playing like it was last year anyway. They gone now. Shit. Boy, that shit barbecue chicken.
You got y'all in New Orleans on the Saints on a Thursday night. Oh man, boy.
We got back-to-back Thursday night game though.
No.
We play Thanksgiving.
No. Actually, that's that game. The New Orleans game is y'all last Thursday, y'all last primetime game of the season. Except for Washington. My bad. Y'all got Washington Sunday night too, week 16. Week 16.
We played New Orleans on Thursday night, right?
Yep.
We played the Raiders on a Thursday night, right? On a Thursday, right?
Thanksgiving. Yep.
Thursday. So the next Thursday we play New Orleans.
Y'all play them at 4:30 though on Thanksgiving.
That's 2 Thursdays in a row we play.
Yep.
So I can do that. We right at number 1 though.
Right at number 1?
Yeah, I got Tennessee at number 1 too, just like you.
All right, so we gonna talk about Tennessee. Is Tennessee flawed? Hell yeah, they flawed. Do I think Tennessee is better than? It's hard to do it. They're not better than Arizona because Arizona proved that on a neutral field. You can argue Dallas, you can argue Green Bay, but considering how the Titans is doing it,
Tennessee can beat anybody any given day.
Exactly. So I mean, I think hands down, they done won 6 straight games. They lost Derrick Henry. They ain't had Derrick Henry in 3 weeks. Everybody said it was gonna be over for them. It ain't over for them. Ryan Tannehill still doing what Ryan Tannehill do, give you your little 170, 1 or 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, and the defense playing lights out. And this is a team that been there before, so I got Tennessee. Not to you, I got Tennessee at number 1.
I like them at number 1 too. I think at number 1 way you're gonna really beat Tennessee. You gotta match their intensity.
They hot right now too, though.
Yeah, they is. But if you come out there and match it, if they hit you in the mouth, you hit their ass back. Then you can beat them. But if they hit you in the mouth and you got them fall back, you ain't gonna beat them because they're gonna keep trying to hit you in the mouth. That's how they play. They physical. That's how they play. So right now they beat folk with physicality. The last couple games I've seen them play, they winning with physicality.
But they haven't had anybody been able to get up on them like that. You know, and scoring wise, ain't nobody been able to get up on them.
They ain't letting them.
Yeah. I'm just worried that if somebody offensively get up on them, it's going to be a problem.
They hit them in the mouth out of the rip.
Yeah. But I mean, look, Tennessee, they take care of business too. They 8-2. They 4-1 on the road.
If I'm Tennessee, all I'm trying to do is win me. Tennessee need to be trying to get that number 1 seed. That's who need the number 1 seed. And the reason why I say Tennessee need the number 1 seed, because if they get the number 1 seed, they ain't got to play number 2 game before they go to the Super Bowl. By the time they play football, they said Derrick Henry should be back. The first game back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just to boost him on the field, that first football game. You think they play physical now? That first game him back. Oh man.
Well, you know, once we get to playoff time, regardless of where Tennessee finished, we're gonna keep hearing. As soon as the playoffs start, we're gonna hear. You think Derrick Henry can play next week? Think Henry can play next week? They're gonna start hearing it.
The way I've been hearing about him, like if they can make it to the second round, he can play. He should be ready to play by then. That's why I say if I was them, I'd be shooting for the number 1 seed bad, because that first round you ain't gotta play. Y'all can rest it like he been resting. You know what I'm saying? And he can be trying to play football. And by that time, if you can get the number 1 seed, you got Adrian Peterson, he playing pretty good ball for you, because you ain't gonna go where you gotta go if you can't run the ball like y'all want to run the ball to be physical. That's how you be physical on offense, running the ball.
Yeah.
That means Adrian Peterson got there. He doing his job. And then if Henry come back, they got that second football game. You ain't got to put that much pressure on Henry to got that come out in. But we need 200 from him.
That's a lot to ask, though.
Yes, we ain't got like that. We been working with Adrian Peterson, and he done got a feel of what's going on. The offensive line know how he run.
Yeah.
Now you got a real 2-headed monster.
Exactly. You can give Derek 17 carries and give Adrian Peterson 11 to 12.
Yes. So because by that time, Adrian Peterson got to be all the way locked in the NFL. He be in football shape. He done had a week off. You know what I'm saying? So
So I
Tennessee
mean, look,
can be anybody.
we look at Tennessee record. Look at Tennessee's schedule. They remain the schedule. They got it made. Quote unquote special ed.
Who?
Them boys got it made. You looking at they got Houston twice in the last 8 games, 4 or 5. They last 8 games, they got Houston twice. They got Jacksonville once.
Yes.
They got Miami.
Jacksonville, what though? What they got Jacksonville in Jacksonville?
They got they host Jacksonville.
Him be eating their ass up. He ain't playing, so should be the same thing.
So yeah, I mean, we looking at their final 7 games. They got Houston twice, Jacksonville once, Miami once.
4.
They at Pittsburgh and at New England. Now they at New England next week, November 28th. Huge game. That huge game right there. So I don't see them. I think Pittsburgh is another game too. They could potentially lose at Pittsburgh.
So when they boil down to it, it's a possibility they can get there and just lose 2 more games, and they done lost 4. So in the ALC, who the hell can beat the 4?
We assuming that they're gonna beat Tennessee. They're gonna beat Houston twice. So if they beat Houston twice, that gives them 10 wins right there by itself.
I'm looking at their losses. If I'm saying let's say they lose to Pittsburgh and New England, that's 4 losses.
Beat everybody else.
Yeah. Baltimore
San Francisco.
Baltimore can't lose now another game. The Chiefs can't lose now another game. Who is it? Buffalo can't lose now another game.
What you think about that Thursday night game against Tennessee? I mean, against San Francisco, December 23rd, Tennessee. Yep, they got a Thursday night game.
You got San Francisco?
Yep. No, they at Tennessee.
I like Tennessee.
That's the Thursday night game. We saw what the 49ers just put on the Rams last night.
I did see that. I think it was smoke and mirror though.
I just think that, man, if Tennessee take care of business, they shouldn't finish with no less than 12 wins. That's just my opinion.
I'm looking at, like I just said, I'm looking at the losses. They done lost 2 games.
Yeah.
I don't see them lose number 2 more games. Pittsburgh, maybe New England. If they lose to the 49ers, then there's a strong possibility they won't get the number 1 seed. It's a strong possibility because I don't see Baltimore losing 3.
No.
I don't see Buffalo losing 2 more games.
But let's be honest. If they do drop that game to San Francisco, but they continue to take care of business in the AFC, that gave them what? If they beat Houston.
If they lose to San Francisco and they don't lose to nobody else, shit, they got that on 14 games.
Exactly. That'll mean that they finish what?
14-3.
Well, outside of that, because they how many? What are they right now? They 5-1 against the AFC.
Yeah, they ain't got them one yet.
So 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm looking at them trying to get that number 1 seed.
That would make them 10-1 against the AFC. That's crazy.
But you still said, but if they lose 2 more games and got that Kansas City don't lose now another game, and Buffalo don't lose now another game, or Buffalo don't lose with 1 more game, and Baltimore don't lose number 1 more game, they won't get the number 1 seed. Because that means they done lost. If they lose 2 more games, they done lost 4 games. Baltimore done lost 4 games. Buffalo done lost 4 games. How you gonna catch them? How you saying?
But that's the thing. Like, who really on their ass in the AFC? They already beat Kansas City, so they got the tiebreaker over Kansas City.
Kansas City can't catch them.
Who else they beat? They beat Buffalo, didn't they? Let me see this. They beat the Colts. They beat the Colts twice.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they beat Buffalo, 34-31. So they got the tiebreaker over Buffalo too.
Oh yeah, they good. Oh yeah, Tennessee good.
They beat the Colts twice. They beat Kansas City.
They good.
They beat the Rams. They beat.
They out of these 7 games, they can't lose 3 out of these 7.
They can't have no letdowns.
They can't have 3. They don't lose 3 out of these 7. They good. So they ain't got number 2 losses, and all the other 4 they got a tiebreaker on. So you don't want to end up with the same losing record as them because they can't beat you. If
exactly.
Let's say the Ravens, Chiefs, Bills, Titans. All of them end up with 4 losses.
Mm-hmm.
Titans in front of all of them. Get the number
There
1
you
seed.
go.
So long the Titans don't lose 3 games out of these 7, they get the number 1 seed.
But I mean, the thing is this: they schedule at the end of their schedule. They schedule so set up. They schedule fluff. Like they schedule set up for them to not lose 4 or 5 games. So if they do lose 4 or 5, let's say for instance, because guys like AJ Brown and Julio Jones can never stay in the lineup.
Yeah,
So you already missing Derrick Henry. So let's say you got a situation where Julio got a pulled hamstring or AJ got a pulled hamstring and they in and out the lineup for a good 2 or 3 weeks. It's possible that they can still lose some games, but everything is just set up. The back end of their schedule is set up for them not to lose. Because if we look at the rest of the AFC, man, Kansas City about to be battling it out with all them other teams. Baltimore could be battling out with the rest of the AFC North. These shit can't.
it
Tennessee
like
set. They already
Tennessee though. It like it laid
Tennessee
out.
set though. They
Yeah,
already beat the Colts twice. The Colts can't catch them.
It like it laid out for them. It like it laid out for them. So like I said, they can't lose. Long they don't lose 3, but everything like it coming through Nashville. Long they don't lose 3, like everything coming through Nashville.
Yes, sir.
Long
But all right,
don't,
man. You know what? We went deep into this, man. We went an
man,
hour.
we just roll.
We went an hour and 46 minutes into this. Well, it took us forever to get through that top 10.
Hey, look,
But
that how I be when I be breaking down my picks, man. That would make that shit so long. All the team, boy, that shit be forever. But I don't know how they do it, boy. They be breaking that shit down quick. I gotta get fast with it. I don't know
let
how
me
they
ask you
do it.
this, because we talked about this last week on your podcast. Who do you got? Who's the first team in your top 10? Like who's number 11?
Oh, right now,
Yep. Or even if just looking at the standings, who would you
what's
put at
about the
number
top?
11?
Like who on the outside looking in? Like
Yeah,
one side.
who would you put at number 11 behind Kansas City? Because you had Kansas City at number 10, didn't you?
No, last week I had. I'm talking about with the power ranking.
Yeah, this week. Who do you got at number 10?
With the power ranking, I got on. I had somebody like. I want to say Pittsburgh, bro. I want to say Pittsburgh bad, but I keep thinking about goddamn this 16-16 shit, and they got there fumbling the ball and all this old getting away their game. I feel like both teams gave away their game, but
Gotcha.
I want to put Pittsburgh right there. But if they don't beat the Chargers this Sunday, shit, I can goddamn talking about putting the Chargers right there. Or if the Colts beat Buffalo, I can start talking about putting the Colts right there. But
Or the
I ain't
Panthers. Like
oh,
it's Carolina. Like Carolina could be
yes,
inching up.
yes, Carolina, yes. But see when it comes to Carolina, it's gonna be 2 more weeks for me. Carolina, I need Carolina to beat Washington. And I need them to beat Minnesota. Then I can start saying, boy, they got there. They hit them knocking at number 10.
Because you look at it for what it is, man. Minnesota 4-5. If they lose to Green Bay, that'll put them at 4-6 and pretty much bury them. But Minnesota, so they Jekyll and Hyde too. They in and out of it.
Man, they pitiful. That what they is.
We don't know what the Chargers are right now. They're a young football team with a first-time head coach, so we don't really know what the hell the Chargers really are. The coach dead, and the coach is dead because they 5-5, and they lost both games to Tennessee, so they out of it. So I mean, you're looking at Pittsburgh. We don't know what the hell going on with Cincinnati or Cleveland for that matter. So by default, it probably kind of is either Pittsburgh or Carolina. Or depending on how you feel about the Saints, we still think the Saints can win some games.
I know.
Man, they going to win some games. I ain't saying they going to be no threat, but New Orleans.
Will they beat the Falcons that time they play the Falcons?
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
That's 6 wins right there. So they got 5 right now. They beat Philadelphia when they play Philadelphia. That's 7 wins right there. Ain't no more wins. I don't think they're gonna beat Pittsburgh. I mean, I don't think they're gonna beat Tampa Bay next time they see Tampa Bay. I think with Cam Newton, with Carolina, they damn sure ain't finna beat them now. They lost to Sam Darnold.
True that.
So I don't think they're gonna beat them now. So I don't see New Orleans win them probably about 2 more games.
Let me ask you this, and we can get off. One last question. What do you think Because who the Rams got this week?
You got a bye week.
Got a bye, and then they got Green Bay.
Bye week bad.
Then they got Green Bay. They got a trip up to Green Bay.
Yeah, they need a bye
We don't know what the weather going. We saw what the weather looked like in Green Bay this past Sunday.
It ain't gonna be good enough for the round to handle it. They ain't gonna be used to it. They ain't gonna say it's good enough to handle it. They ain't gonna be used to it. Matthew Stafford might be, but everybody gonna be used to it.
Yeah. So it's like if they drop in 2 weeks, if they sitting somewhere at if they lose that game, that'll put the Rams at
something at 5. I mean something at 4.
Yep, that'll put them at 7-4. You worried about them?
Not getting number 1 seed, yeah. I'm worried about them not getting we lose this game and they get out of that 4 spot, yeah. I'm worried about them not getting number 1 seed, yeah. The number 1 seed getting they should get out of arm reach if you lose them. Because I believe next time you play out, Arizona might have your number this year.
Could be, because I mean, like if we look at this Green Bay game, if they lose that Green Bay game and they fall to 7-4, you looking at
you're not getting number 1 seed. It's all about the number 1 seed. And
yeah, because you're looking at the rest of that season. Frisco already put one on you. They gotta play Frisco the last week of the season. You got that Jekyll and Hyde Minnesota team that can jump up and bite you. You got Baltimore.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't know they were on the schedule. When they bought that, you fuck around lose Green Bay. I'm just gonna say San Francisco. We ain't even talk about Baltimore. That San Francisco game, San Francisco know what that game means to you.
Yes, sir. Well, all right, brother. It was good spending another Tuesday with you, man, breaking down this football for everybody.
I appreciate it, man.
Hopefully, I have my ticker up next week, man. StreamYard gonna hear about this in the morning, man.
Yeah, I know you gonna have something to tell me about. I know that for a fact.
So let the public know.
Thank you, man. I thank you, man. For real, I thank you. Not for me. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, you know for sure, man. It's all 100. Let the people know where you at.
Hey, man, I'm a Moore Drive, man. I represent Know That Sport to the Footage, man. I'm on all podcast platforms, Facebook, Instagram, I'm saying YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, whatever. Anything that the podcast on, man, Know That Sport podcast on it.
For sure, for sure.
I appreciate you, man. I fuck with folks who fuck with me. Know that if you don't know nothing else.
Know that. And I will see everybody next week with another episode of Ghosts and Rings. Till then, stand up, stand out. Peace.
Know that.